about it. We could do what we do without the SJX.
Why is SJX leading the way for first responders? Simply, these boats are a breed of their own. When it comes to shallow water boating, the SJX is a razor blade among butter knives. The SJX is the most unique high-performance aluminum jet boat in the country because of its unmatched power-to-weight ratio, fuel economy, tremendous payload, brutal acceleration, superb handling, along with its unmatched shallow water abilities.
We have rivers to run. We don't have any flat water, so this is by far the best boat that we could ever have. You can't get any better. It's greatly increased our ability to go to rescue calls. Usually we would have to run a jet ski, and those aren't real conducive to putting people in or on.
We haven't had any restraints with the new boat. One of the main benefits of it is that it was designed for search and rescue. We have the center console. Our ability to walk around on a secure deck makes it an ideal platform for search and rescue.
The inboard tunnel allows the jet to be elevated above the planing surface of the boat. As the jet boat is planing forward under power, water is drawn into the approach and upward into the elevated jet. You can actually be hitting debris and obstacles with the bottom planing surface of the boat hull, but as long as there's water, it will continue drawing up into the tunnel approach, which still feeds the elevated jet, 3 inches above the bottom of the boat.
That is the absolute best feature. I mean, I know I've had it in 3 inches of water up on plane and not had any issues.
Obviously, as a result of rubbing the bottom of the river, you are stirring up the bottom, making gravel and debris loosen up, which could be drawn into the pump. That's where the stomp grate comes into play, not allowing bigger debris to flow into or be sucked into the pump.
That's my favorite part because I can fix that from the seat. I don't have to get up and stomp on it. I mean, it's right there within my reach. Shut it off and it clears out. Perfect. So that lever has saved me a bunch, especially in the shallow, quick rivers that we have.
As long as there's water to the jet, you'll be propelled forward. Without the tunnel hull, the jet would be making direct contact with the bottom of the river, just like the bottom of your boat. This would be the equivalent of shoveling rocks and debris right into the jet. That is the tunnel hull difference.
On my last rescue, I put it to task, and it never questioned what I asked it to do. I mean, I jumped rock bars. I ran through some shallow stuff. I parked it in rocks and had no issues.
When you don't see that rock an inch underwater or that stump or log, the UHMW bottom gives you a half-inch thick insurance policy. It's slippery, durable, and takes an impact so you can hit the debris and obstacles and save your boat.
I'd have to go back to the last water rescue I had. We wouldn't have got to where the person was without having the SJX. For an example, there was another agency that assisted. They ran aground probably 3 times before they got to where we were going, and then they ended up smoking their motor, so to speak. They sucked up a bunch of gravel and were not able to start it back up when we came back to shore. So I ended up going to get him with the SJX and bringing them back and helping them load their boat.
There are many cities and towns throughout the world with communities interconnected by shallow, wandering streams and rivers. Many government agencies have found our SJX jet boats to be the answer in reaching their citizens who find themselves in emergency situations.
A typhoon has slammed into the eastern Philippines as authorities struggle to evacuate hundreds of thousands of people.
In the Philippines, subsequent flooding from Typhoon Neset displaced more than 100,000 people and left 50 dead. An SJX jet boat was deployed for their water search and rescue and managed to rescue to safety approximately 1,200 individuals from raging flood in Bulacan.
On that last recovery, I couldn't have done it with any other boat. I ran it through 3 inches of water. We're running a river that people are floating. At the same time, we're trying to do a rescue. So I have to, dodge them, make sure they're okay, and ran through some narrow channels that I knew were going to close up on me, and ended up jumping rock bars to get past them. It does exactly what it's advertised to do.
The SJX's stable working platform and maneuverability in tight spaces have been credited with thousands of rescues and similar type operations. With rescue missions in mind, the SJX jet boats have a whole arsenal of features to assist and augment our boat's ability to get you where you need to be. Available features include first responder marking light packages, custom lighting from Wayland to LED lights installed on the windshield or light bars. When it comes to navigating rivers and waterways in total darkness, our integrated pocket driving and flood LED lights, deck lighting, and underwater lighting packages make nighttime operations safe and possible.
I think the design of the rail is one of the nicest features. It's curved in such a way that you don't get bumped on it, but it has plenty of room and spaces to tie on things like throw bags and accessories. You always have a good handle on the rail in any position on the boat. As a practical matter, it is really an outstanding platform that he's made.
Other features like our aluminum boom hoist, capstan winch kits with receiver mounts, scuba racks, swim deck ladders, and even our MJAC fire suppressant system that allows for a fire hose to be attached to the boat's jet.
One of the things that impresses me the most about the boat is that it's set up for search and rescue, and its power to weight ratio is outstanding. You always want to have a little bit of reserve power with a jet boat in case you get in trouble, and that's never a problem with Steve's boats.
Supplying specialized shallow water jet boats for militaries, foreign and domestic, has also been another one of SJX jet boats' highest priorities. There are dangerous fights against many different forms of foreign trafficking and anti-government terrorism, known as narco-terrorism. SJX Jet Boats has sent a fleet of 30 boats to aid the riverine operations in protecting Ecuador's Amazon basin borders. These river battlegrounds take place in the thickest and most dangerous jungles in the world. We're not just boat manufacturers, we're boat users and enthusiasts. Steve Stokowski runs a big-time business with a small-town feel. From paperwork and legalities to operation and training, SJX provides you everything you need to be efficient and safe.
Steve is kind of an oddity in that he's a small company, but in many ways it's very mature. And so he not only builds a good boat, but he stands behind it and helps you in picking the right boat for the job.
These boats come out of our necessity to get where no one has ever been. We don't like being told what can't be done. We like proving them all wrong.
I've asked it to do things that I never thought a boat should do, and it's done them without question.